Only one of the films nominated for the Best Foreign Language category at this year's Oscars is from an Asian country. Despite that, more people of color are nominated this time. For more on that, our correspondent Mei Li has talked to Sid Ganis, former president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. He also shared his views on other Oscar topics of wide concern.
With so many nominations of actors and films that were non-white.
Sure.
That everyone took notice of that this year.
Right. I don't think it was a knee-jerk reaction. I think it was a sincere expression of how Academy members, because it's Academy members who pick the movies, Academy members were feeling about what they had seen over the course of the year. Right. And yes, of course, a year ago, there was a kind of a symbolic sense that the Academy were doing the wrong thing, symbolically doing the wrong thing. And to a degree, it was so. We weren't paying enough attention to what we should have been paying more attention to. And it's a combination of diversity and, you know, ourselves as an international organization, a worldwide organization. We needed to spend more time on it. So when we got punched in the nose by everybody, by the press, by the members, by the non-members, we said, okay, let's see if we can do something about it. Right. And we moved very quickly. This year's Oscars have been voted on by Academy members in 70 different countries. That's enormous. You want to talk about diversity? There's diversity for you.
One of the criticisms still, though, is that great that this year there are so many people of color nominated. However, not so many people of Asian descent or you know, Latino or other minorities, right? What is it going to take, especially from a Chinese perspective, what is it going to take for Chinese actors, Chinese films to get the recognition by the Academy? You know, people still look at that as the pinnacle, don't they?
Yes, it's still the symbol of excellence, the absolute symbol of excellence. There's nothing that beats it. And what is it going to take? It's going to take fine filmmaking. Yeah. And in the years that I've been visiting China and meeting Chinese filmmakers, I would say to you that now more and more and more and more, the young Chinese filmmakers who are kind of taking over now from the older guys, those young filmmakers are of a quality and are able to create stories that are in that vicinity of great movie making. And when there's great movie making, there's great Oscars right behind that.
The Great Wall.
Great Wall.
Didn't do so well here in the U.S. It's doing okay in China, of course.
In China.
Right?
Doing great in China. Great.
What are your thoughts in terms of a big blockbuster movie like that that China made for the global audience, clearly, starring Matt Damon, a white actor, got some criticism because of that? Because, again, the whole whitewashing controversy.
Yeah, sure.
Thoughts?
You know, this is something that probably will always happen. Put a white guy in a role that could be played by a non-white guy, a Chinese guy, and of course there's going to be controversy. But I don't think that's the reason that the film didn't do well here. American audiences are pretty lazy. There's no question about it. American audiences don't want to work too hard. In the movie, in The Great Wall, you had to read subtitles every once in a while, even though some of the main characters spoke English, and I guess there was some confusion about that. How could she be speaking English and Chinese, Mandarin I think, at the same time?
But do you think it's also that Western audiences still think Asia and Asians and things made in Asia in terms of film and entertainment is just too abstract and foreign?
Often American audiences think that America is the center of the world, center of the universe. Now that's beginning to change, by the way, just culturally beginning to change, and in terms of world communication beginning to change. But even so, you can't expect, or I have come to understand, I can't expect an American audience to gravitate to something they don't know about without kind of bringing them along. And Matt Damon helps to bring them along, but it didn't do well here. Too much for an American audience, I think.
I'm going to put you on the spot then. Prediction in terms of when you think a Chinese film or filmmaker is going to take home an Oscar?
I swear to you that I'm willing to answer your question, and I promise you, it could be next year. Of course it could be next year.
Well, Sid, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome,
It was
May.
great speaking with you.
Happy to talk to you. Great.